Hello and welcome to your mat. So my name is Kristin and this will be a 45-minute prenatal yoga class. So some of the things you'll need for class today will be a block. And if you don't have a block, don't worry, you can also use a stack of books. Also, a pillow. So I grabbed this one off my bed. You don't need anything fancy, right? You can grab it from maybe the back of a couch or from your own bed or maybe another throw pillow you have. We'll use it probably just at the end of class for Shavasana. So I'm going to put this over here for now. The other thing you'll need will be a blanket. So I have a blanket here. This is a yoga blanket I have in my house, but you can use any blanket that you can fold up. We'll use this again for Shavasana, for sitting on, and maybe for a little support for our knees. And then also a yoga mat. You can also do this on a towel or on a nice rug or someplace that you feel like you're not too slippery on your hands. So if you don't have the correct yoga equipment, don't worry. You can find other things in your house that'll work just as well. So we'll begin by taking a comfortable seat. So I like to sit on my blanket. You can also sit on your pillow or flat on the floor, whatever works well for you. But find both your sit bones rooted down into your support. Feel your spine growing long. Let your chin drop. Feel the back of your neck grow long. Lift your shoulders up. Roll them down your back. And just let your hands rest softly on your thighs. Allow your eyes to close. And bring your awareness to your breath. Feel your breath at the tip of your nose. Follow it as it moves in and out through your nostrils. Notice it as it moves down the back of your throat and deep into your lungs. With each inhale, feeling an expansion. With each exhale, a softening. With each inhale and exhale, allow your breath to become a little bit smoother, a little bit deeper. You might notice maybe some part of your breath feels a little bit stuck or sticky. For me, that's sometimes maybe in between my inhale and exhale. See if you can smooth and round out these edges. Your breath is smooth and continuous. As your breath continues to deepen with each inhale, I want you to bring your awareness more into this moment, using your breath as an anchor to the here and the now. With each exhale, letting go what's no longer serving you. Maybe something that came up today, a to-do list you have for the week. Just let that go. And inhale, here and now. Exhale, let go, release. One more breath here all together before we begin moving. So bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath in through the nose and a sigh out through the mouth. So take a nice big breath of air in. Exhale, sigh it out. Gently open your eyes. And change the cross of your legs. So if your right leg's in front, put the left leg in front, vice versa. And if sitting cross-legged is not working for you, you can send your legs straight out in front of you, or you can kneel on your shins. So take a moment here. Let's look over our right shoulder, back through center, and look over your left shoulder, back through center. I'll do that again. Look one way, and center, and the other, and center, and again, center, and center. Then I want you to look down, and up, and down, and up, timer to make sure we actually have a 45-minute class because I'm prone to run over. That's why I was stretching my watch. Now we'll go forward and back. I call this the E.T. neck. So forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And then drop your chin to your chest, roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Let your left shoulder be really heavy, and then chin to chest, roll your left ear to your left shoulder. Let your right shoulder be really heavy, feel a nice length on the right side of your neck. And then chin to chest, just go all the way around, big circle, like you're trying a big circle with your nose, all the way up to the ceiling, and back down to the ground, and another way. All the way up to the ceiling. Back down to the ground. Nice. Chin to chest. Lift your head back up on your shoulders. Shrug your shoulders up. And then just let them drop. Nice. So let's come up onto all fours. So if you can, bring either your block or your stack of books up out in front of you. And then unfold your mat. Unfold your blanket, and you'll put your knees on your blanket just for a little added support. So I'm going to put these up here so you can see me. Spread your fingers nice and wide, and just begin to move your spine through cat and cow. So inhale, let your belly drop, pull your shoulders back, gaze up, teeth press together, tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth. And then exhale, curl under, chin to chest, navel to spine, press the ground away, gaze back between your thighs. Then inhale, belly drops, heart pulls forward. Exhale, curl under, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back through center. So you have a nice long spine from tail to head. Hands right underneath your shoulders. And then just stretch your right leg out behind you. Dig your toes into the mat. And just rock forward and back a few times. Stretching out the back of your thigh, the back of your calf, maybe even the bottom of your foot. Then shift your shoulders to the back right over your wrists. And inhale, lift your right leg up off the floor. Circle at your ankle. Bend and stretch your knee. And then inhale, press back through your foot. Stretch and peel your toes back towards your shins. You're flexing your right foot. Then exhale, tap your toe down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. You can stay here, just reaching your right leg back. If you want a little bit more, reach your left arm forward. We'll take 3 breaths here. Inhale through your nose, and exhale through your nose. And 3. Gently lower down hand and knee, and hip it out a few times side to side. So now to the other side. You gotta make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders. Dig your left toes back into the mat behind you, and rock forward and back. Stretching out again. You might notice one foot's a little bit tighter, feels a little bit different than the other. And then shift again, shoulders right over your wrists. And slowly lift your left heel up towards the ceiling. Stretch back through your left heel. Make sure all 5 toes are curled back towards your shin and pointing down towards the floor. We'll take an inhale here. Exhale, tap down with your toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. You can stay here, stretching back for just your left foot, or a little bit more. You can reach your right arm up by your ear. We'll take 3 breaths here. And 3. Gently lower down hand, lower down knee. Nice. Bring your knees nice and wide, toes together. Send your hips back for a child's pose. So make sure you have enough space for your baby. Make your knees nice and wide. Walk your hands forward. You can come down so your forehead's on the mat. Another option would be you can maybe stack your fists to give your baby a little bit more space. Or you can split the difference and just put your palms on top of one another and rest your head on your palms. But find whatever it is that works for you. As you take your deep breaths here, right, we feel the breath in our nose, in our throat, in our lungs. I want you to see, you can feel your breath in your low back. So imagine your lungs stretch all the way down to your low back. So as you inhale, feel your low back expand. Exhale, release. Then inhale into your low back. Imagine your low back is expanding like a balloon, front, side, back, top and bottom. Exhale, soften. We have a lot of pressure in our low back when you're pregnant, especially in modern day life with all the sitting that we do in forward motion. The low back gets the brunt of all of that. So see if you can just bring a little bit of softening, a little bit of your breath deep into your low back. A few more breaths like that. Inhale into your low back. Exhale, soften. Gently walk your hands forward and back up onto your knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up towards the sky for downward facing dog. Put a bend in your knees here. Look forward at your hands. Make sure your fingers are spread really wide. A good rule I have for down dog is to make sure the creases of your wrists are parallel to the front of your mat. Then wrap your triceps back. Press and straighten your arms a lot as you lift your hips up towards the sky. Heels start to reach down towards the back of your mat. I like to keep my knees bent in my downward dog, but that's totally up to you. You can straighten them if you feel like you have space, but there's no reason that you have to straighten your legs in down dog. I sometimes think it feels better to have the knees a little bit soft. It gets a little bit less pressure and less intensity on your hamstrings. So we'll take another collective sigh here. So take a nice big breath in through your nose. Exhale, side out. Gaze forward between your hands. Put a nice big bend in your knees and walk your feet up towards your hands. Keep your legs nice and wide so there's space for baby. You can grab your books or your block and bring your hands on top. If the ground's really far away, you can bring your fingers. You can stack more books or stack another block depending on what you have. And just fold forward, let your head be heavy. Again, for here, we'd like everyone to keep their knees bent just to protect your low back. Shake your head yes. And shake your head no. And then walk your hands up to your thighs. Take a nice inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, stay, tuck your chin. And then inhale, slowly pressing your heels, rise all the way up. Take as many breaths as you need. Inhale, sweep your arms high up. And then exhale, just let your hands drop. Like there are strings attached to your wrists to the ceiling, and then someone just cuts the string. So inhale, reach your arms high up to the sky. And then exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. So bring your feet back underneath you a little bit. So they're more right underneath your hips. Depending where you are in pregnancy, I find the further along you get, right, the feet start here under your hips, and then they start to slowly get wider, which is okay, don't worry, they will eventually come back to center. But as we make space, right, everything widens. So find a stance that feels good, so when you bend your knees, you feel like your knees are tracking right over second and third toe. So feet under hips, arms by your sides, stack your weight so it's right at the front of your heels, right to where your heels turn into your arch. Squeeze your outer shins together. Pull your thigh muscles onto the bone. Lift your shoulders up, roll it back. And feel like, right, you're pulling your baby in towards your spine, right? So not tucking the tail, but also not letting the baby fall forward, but just pull your baby in. You're pulling it into the basket of your pelvis. We're going to do a few we're going to do actually moon salutations today. So take an inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky. Press your palms together and reach over to the left. Stretch through the right side of your body. Nice. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, reach over to the right, stretch to the left side of your body. Then inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward over your legs. Bring your hands to the blocks or bringing your hands to the earth. Then inhale, come up halfway. Find a flat back. You can keep your hands on your block tower, your blocks, your books, however high you need, or maybe your hands are on the floor still. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Let's have everyone bring your hands to the earth and step your left foot back. Lower your left knee down onto your blanket or onto the mat, depending on what you have, and bring your hands up to the top of your right thigh. Roll your shoulders back. Make sure your right knee is stacked directly over your right ankle. And then inhale, maybe you reach one arm up to the sky. Maybe you reach the other arm up. Let your shoulders drop. Wrap your triceps forward. And see if you can lift your rib cage up a little bit away from your belly button. Take an inhale here. Take an exhale here. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Tuck your back toes. Press back to all fours. Inhale, pull your heart forward through your arms. Exhale, open your knees wide. Press back to child's pose. And then inhale, come up so you're on your knees. My knees are still on my blanket if you were using a blanket, or they might be on your mat. And inhale, sweep your arms up high to the sky. Gaze up. Really long. And then exhale, come all the way back down to child's pose. Walking your hands forward. Again, variations here. You can stack your palms, stack your fists, or something a little different. You can bring your palms together, walk your elbows forward, and bring your hands back behind your head. Then everyone, please return your hands to the mat. Come up to all fours on an inhale. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward, drop down onto your knees. Step your left leg forward. Bring your hands to the top of your left thigh. Drop your hip. Stacking your left knee over your left ankle. And then reach your arms, maybe one arm up to the sky, maybe both arms up to the sky. Let your shoulders drop. Wrap your triceps forward and feel like you're lifting your rib cage up away from your belly. Get some space through your heart. Take an inhale here. And an exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down either to your blocks, your books, or to the floor. Tuck your back toes. Step forward to a forward fold. Again, keep your feet wide. Inhale, find a halfway lift, so a flat back. Bring your hands up onto your thighs. Exhale, tuck your chin. Inhale, bend your knees a little bit more. Sit back, chair pose. Reach your arms up by your ears. So again, check out your knees here. They should be tracking over second and third toe. If they're not, either shorten or widen your stance. Take another inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, straighten your legs, lift up. Exhale, arms by side. To the other side. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Press your palms together, reach over to the right, stretch through the left side of your body. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward over your legs, bringing your hands down to your blocks, your books, the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees a lot, bring your hands to the floor, step your right leg back this time. Drop your right knee down. Bring your hands to the top of your left thigh. Inhale. And exhale. Again, any arm variation here. You keep the hands on your thigh. Reach one or both arms up to the sky. In breath. And out. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. You could be one on the outside, or maybe they both to the inside of your left leg. Step your left knee back, so both your knees are on your blanket or on the floor. Inhale, pull your heart forward between your hands. Toes together, knees wide. Exhale, child's pose. Take a breath here in your child's pose. Then inhale, Come up onto your knees. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, come all the way down. So any variation of this child's pose. So you can have your palms on the floor. You can have your fists stacked, arms long, or walking your triceps forward. Bend your elbows, coming to a little reverse prayer behind your head. Take a moment here. Bring your hands back to the mat. Inhale, come up, all fours. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Gently drop down onto your knees. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, come up for crescent moon pose. So the hand can be on thigh, or maybe arms, one or both up into the sky. In breath. And out. One more in breath. Exhale, bring your hands down to the block. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, bring your hands to your thighs. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Reach your arms out by your ears. Again, check out your knees over second and third toe. Exhale, stay. Inhale, stretch your legs. Exhale, arms by side. Nice. Take another breath here. Inhale. Let's sigh it out. Awesome. So turn to face the side of your mat. So if you need to move your computer or your phone, move it to the side of the mat so you can see me. Or if the volume is enough for you, just make sure it's up so you can hear. Take your blanket and take it off your mat. You can just put it to the back of your mat or out of the way. Take a nice wide stance on the mat. And then I'll have you turn your right toes out to the side. Turn your left toes toward the long end of your mat. Open your arms nice and wide. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, open your arms and bend your right knee coming to warrior two. Let's do that again. Inhale, straighten your leg. Lift your arms up. Exhale, bend your front knee. Gaze over your right fingertips. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more time. And then we'll hold this warrior two for 3 breaths. So stack your right knee over your right ankle. Press and lengthen out through your back leg. You can notice that your front heel will be lined up either with your arch or your heel of your left foot. Whichever one feels better on your hips. One more breath here. Nice. Inhale, straighten your front leg. And we're moving into triangle pose. So I like to shorten my stance a little bit for triangle pose, so walk your back foot in just a little bit. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triangle pose. And for today, let's either bring your hand to your thigh or your shin, right? Either above or below your knee. And then bring your left hand to your hip. Roll your hip back and then shrug your shoulder up and back. Lengthen your heart forward. Keep your hand on your hip if you'd like. Or you can reach your arm up towards the sky. Take 3 breaths here. Gaze can be up, it can be down, it can be straight forward, or your ear can be towards your shoulder. Just choose your own adventure. Yoga style. One more breath. And then press into your legs. Imagine there's an imaginary rope above you. Grab onto your rope. Inhale, come all the way up. Nice. Exhale, release your arms. Go to the other side. So turn your right toes in, turn your left toes out, and widen your stance a little bit here. Nice. Inhale, reach your arms up. Again, check out your heels, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment. Exhale, bend your front knee. Left knee over your left ankle, 90 degrees. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Let's do 2 more. Holding your warrior 2 for 3 breaths. Again, knee over ankle, back leg really straight, shoulders soft. Pull your baby into your basket. Last breath in and out. Straighten your front leg. Walk your back foot in just a little bit. Inhale, reach forward, moving into triangle pose. Exhale, bring your left hand to your thigh or your shin, and then open your chest up towards the sky. So your top arm can be straight up or can be on your hip as you shrug your right shoulder back. So wherever your arm is, your choice, it might even be different on this side. Gaze can be up, it can be forward, it can be down, it can be ear to shoulder, right? Each side's different, so make this side work for you and feel maybe about the same amount of effort and ease in both sides. Take another breath. Reaching up nice and tall. Imagine there's a rope above you. Grab onto that rope. Inhale, come all the way up. Nice. Point your toes out slightly, heels in. So this is more when I say out, it's more like 45-degree angle. Bend your knees. Open your arms for a goddess pose. Feeling nice and strong again. Feeling that there's still a little bit of a curve in your low back, but not so much that you're losing your baby forward, right? So pull your baby into your basket. Feel a nice lift at the base of your pelvis. Those are your pelvic floor muscles. Inhale, straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Exhale, goddess pose. Bend your arms and legs. We'll do that 2 more times. One more. 3 breaths in your goddess pose. I sometimes like to move a little bit side to side, right? Kind of opening up the muscles and ligaments in your hips while strengthening them. 2 more breaths. Maybe can you sink a little deeper? Last one. Nice. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. Just let your arms come by your side. Walk your feet back in through center. And take a moment to stand tall in mountain pose. So feet lined up right underneath your hips. So there should be a line from hips to knees to shins right over second and third toe. Feel your outer shins pull in, inner thighs pull back. Feel your muscles pull into your bone. Chin drop slightly towards chest. Stack your rib cage right over your pelvis. So this is your basket of your pelvis, right, that we're talking about. This is your rib cage. You don't want them like this or like this. They're going to be stacked. Stack them right on top of one another. Arms long by side, palms face forward. A little opening for the heart today. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, standing tall. One more. Nice. So if you have a wall nearby, you're going to move to the wall. And if there's not one nearby, you're going to pick up your computer, pick up your phone, take it with you. We're going to move over to a wall and do a wall pose. So we're going to stand at the wall first, and we're going to do a tree pose. So stand nice and close to your wall. You don't have to be on your mat for this. Just make sure you're not on a slippery surface. And bring your right hand to the wall. So you're standing on your right leg. We're coming to tree. Bring your left foot to inner ankle, inner calf up towards your inner thigh. Your right hand that's on the wall can stay bent, or I sometimes like to snake it up the wall, bring the outside of my hand to the wall, then I can do a little test and move it away as I start to balance. Your left hand can be on your thigh. It can be at your baby, at your heart, or maybe you reach it back up towards the sky. We'll take 3 breaths here in tree pose. Breathing in and out through your nose. Maybe coming back to that mantra at the beginning of class. Inhale for attention, for present, for here and now. Exhale to release, to let go. Last breath. Gently bring your hands back down to your hips. Release your foot. We'll come to the other side. This time standing on your left leg, bringing your left hand to the wall. Right foot to inner ankle, inner calf up towards your inner thigh. And you just want to make sure your foot's not on your knee. Choose above or below just to protect your joints. And left hand can stay bent or it can snake up nice and tall. Right hand is on thigh, on baby, heart, or sky. Take 3 breaths here. And gently bring your hands back down to your hips. Pull your knee in and release. Nice, shake it out. So you're going to make your way to the wall again. You might want to watch this before you go there because you might not be able to see me. We're going to come to a wall dog. So bring your hands to your wall in front of you. You should still be able to see me on the video here. And you'll walk your hands down the wall as you walk your feet back. So you're going to walk back until it's about a straight line from your hands to your hips. Again, I like to put a little bend in my feet here, bend in my knees, and then lift my hips back as I press into the wall. Squeeze my shoulder blades together. Pull baby into basket. And feel nice and long through your spine. Head is lengthened, ears are lined up with your arms. So again, if you want to do this again, walk to your wall. Walk your hands down the wall as you walk your feet back. Press into the wall with your hands. Lift your hips back and take a few breaths here, wall dog. Squeeze your outer thighs in. Lift your baby back towards your basket. Take a few more breaths here. And again, ears level with your arms. And everyone gaze forward, put a bend in your knees, and walk your feet forward as you walk your hand up the wall. Nice. It's one of my favorite poses when I was pregnant was wall dog. Second favorite pose when I was pregnant was malasana. So take your blocks, take your books, take whatever stack of things you have, and you'll bring it towards your wall. Maybe about a few inches away. You'll lean back onto your wall, toes out, heels in, and then sit back onto your stack of blocks or books. It's kind of nice when you're using books because it's a little bit less of a change if you take one or two out. So I'm actually going to take a few books out here. There we go. And then you'll lean back so you can lean back against your wall. Bring your arms to your knees. And just take a few breaths here. I want you to visualize your pelvic floor. So that's that diamond shape of muscles at the base of your pelvis. Or we talked about the basket of your pelvis is that diamond shape at the bottom. A bunch of muscles down there, super important for good pelvic health, for so much of your life. And I just want you to bring your awareness down into your pelvic floor. With each inhale and exhale, allowing your pelvic floor to contract and expand. If you know how to do Kegels, you're welcome to move through some Kegels here. Or if you feel like you just need to release, just take a few breaths here again, just imagining space and release at the base of your pelvis. We'll do 3 more breaths here in your malasana. Nice. Walk your feet a little bit forward. Press into the wall behind you and make your way back up to standing. Nice. We'll come back onto our mat. So again, if you had to move somewhere so you were closer to a wall, take your computer, take your phone back with you, bring your blocks or your books with you as well. Back to your mat. We'll just do one more little standing flow to make our way all the way down. So inhale, reach your arms high to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward. Again, giving yourself a nice wide stance to make space for baby. Bringing your hands to your blocks or to the earth. Press your hands down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step your way back to downward facing dog. And just take 3 breaths here in your down dog. And just notice if this down dog feels the same, if it feels different, and how it feels different, if it does. And if it feels the same, that's okay too. Yoga is about bringing attention, bringing awareness to the here and now. Change is just something else that happens. And gently lower down onto your knees. Sit back towards your heels. Shift your hips to the side. And do some seated postures. So send your feet straight out in front of you. Shake them out. Open your legs wide. And you'll bring your left foot to your right inner thigh. Okay. Move your baby, your belly, and your heart towards your left knee. Inhale, reach your right arm up. And exhale, just slide your right arm along your right leg as you reach up and over to the side. Keep pressing down through your left hip to open up through the side. If the ground or your thigh feel a little bit far away for your right arm, feel free to bring your block or a book over and bring your forearm onto that. Just give yourself a little bit more strength so you're not straining through your shoulders. A few more breaths here. Inhale, come up. Bring your left hand down onto the ground behind you. Come up onto your left shin. Inhale, lift your hips up, gaze up towards the sky. Baby wild thing. Exhale, come along down. We'll switch sides. So bend your right leg in, send your left leg long, right foot to left inner thigh. Shift your hips back. If you like to use that block, bring the block to the outside of your leg. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, side bend. Think about opening your heart up towards the sun. Your hand can be on shin, on the ground, on thigh, or maybe on your block, or stack of books. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Bring your right hand down behind you, come onto your right shin. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, come all the way down. Nice. Bring your hands back behind you. Bring your feet flat onto the earth and let your knees fall to the right. Send your gaze to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, other way. So knees fall. Let me move my block. Knees fall to the left. Gaze to the right. And center. Again, each side. Nice. And then bring your soles of your feet together. Walk your hands up towards your bum. Squeeze your shoulders together. Lift your heart up. And then also press the bottoms of your feet together and see if you can get your arches to pull away from one another. You can stay here, sitting up nice and tall, squeezing your shoulders, pressing your knees down. Or if you feel like you want a little bit more of a forward fold action, you can hold onto your ankles, keep your feet pressing together, and hinge at your hips and start to fold forward. Inhale, come on. Nice. And then gently cross one leg in front of the other. Let's start with our left leg in front. Open your arms nice and wide and wrap your left arm under your right. You can give yourself a big hug or come to eagle arms. Press your palms together, press your forearms together, and just breathe into your upper back. Right, so we breathe into our lower back at the beginning of class. See if you can send your breath to your upper back. A little bit more accessible because that's more of the location of your lungs. So see if you can really expand the space between your shoulder blades. Exhale, release your hands. Switch the cross of your legs. This time your right leg's in front. Wrap your right arm underneath your left. Press your palms together, forearms together. Send your breath into your upper back. Exhale, slowly release. Send your legs out in front of you and shake them out. You're going to prepare for Shavasana. So go ahead and grab some of your props that maybe you scooted to the side. So I want you to use your blanket or as your pillow. So we're going to do a sideline Shavasana today. If you have a very stiff bolster or pillow. Feel free to do lying on your back at an angle, but I'm going to cue you through a side lying Shavasana today. If you were earlier on in your pregnancy, first trimester, feel free to lay flat on your back. So laying down, we'll lay down on our left side. You'll bring your head to your blanket. Take your pillow out in front of you. Take your block or your stack of books also out in front of you. And as you scoot your hips back, lay on down so you bring your ear to your blanket. Your block will be used for your arms. So scoot your bottom arm out of the way, your left arm out of the way. Bottom leg is slightly bent but straighter, and then you'll bring your top leg on top of your pillow. Take your top arm on top of your block. You can scoot it back. It's almost like a little teddy bear, right? This might be comfortable for you. If it's not, you can just scoot it out of the way. But just take a moment here and close your eyes. Allow your breath to settle down again. Become an observer of the inhales and the exhales. Breathing in and out. Take a moment, make any other little adjustments you might need to make yourself more comfortable. Take a nice inhale, one last collective sigh, and let it go. Give yourself permission here to rest, to renew, and to restore. I'm going to have you stay here for a few minutes while I read a poem by Mary Oliver. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Gently deepen your breath. Invite your awareness to this moment, to your body. Give yourself a hug and thank yourself for coming here today. for doing something good for your body, your mind, your spirit. What's good for mom is always good for baby. With your eyes still closed, gently press your way up to a gentle seated position, hands resting on your knees. Feel this blanket of peace and of warmth to hang across your shoulders. Hold it close and carry it with you as you move into the rest of this day, into the rest of this week. Turning into it when the world throws you challenges, and just remembering to take a breath. Bring your hands together at your heart. Bow your chin down towards your chest. And rub your hands together, building some heat, some warmth between your hands. Then bring your hands to your face, palms covering your eyes. Allow that energy to radiate back to your face. Slowly open your eyes into your hands. Moving your hands from your face, open your eyes to the room. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.